Greetings everyone, welcome to my home city of Southend. I'm here for a specific thing. I'm down on the seafront. This is the pier and we have the poppies on the pier, which is proving to be exceedingly popular. It's due to open in literally 2 minutes, and as you can see there is already a queue of people queuing up for this. There's the poppies in the window of the centre down the bottom there. And the popularity of this has been amazing. I've been trying to get to see this for a few days. The problem I've had is work, and I couldn't do Saturday because we did a couple of fairs on Saturday. We went to Margate, another coastal town, and we also went to Maidstone, so both of those are covered by vlogs which are already out there. I was going to come on Monday. Unfortunately the weather fought against me. We had torrential rain on Monday, and somehow walking along the pier in torrential rain did not appeal, so that didn't happen. But today is Wednesday, it's the 12th today. I've missed Armistice Day, which was yesterday, which would have been an ideal day to do this, but I work on Tuesday, so that was not going to happen. So here we are, Wednesday the 12th of November, here to have a walk along after I've joined this queue. This queue's quite long, but the queue on Saturday was apparently unbelievable. I have friends and family who came down on Saturday, and the wait times were up to an hour and a half on the Saturday, so it has been a phenomenal success. This queue here says that, but I'm going to join this queue. This is going to take a while, but the doors are open. Once I get on the pier, I will start filming. Yes, they've done well. They've promoted this really well, and it has been very, very popular. I think it's only on
Masses more poppies than they asked for, didn't they?
Yes, they had some spare to replace ones that got damaged. I think it only lasts till Friday, I think. Sunday, is it? So,
16.
I've got a friend of mine who works here. They are going to take it down. I knew it.
No, they're talking about extending it.
Are they really already? Well, that's interesting. And with the popularity, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Made knitted and crocheted poppies.
110,000. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
10,000 from
Oh, it does
across
say.
the world.
It does. It does say to the 16th, but it'd be interesting if they do extend it.
Not your one.
110,000 handmade poppies. It's so obvious. There we go, they're all the way up the stairs as well. Well, I'm almost in. There we go. Nice little display down here of soldiers and equipment. And all the poppies on the stairs, all the way up. Trying to keep talking because I can hear Vera Lynn singing in the background, White Cliffs of Dover, which I suspect is copyrighted, but this is lovely. Poppies everywhere. And there's a sign down there saying that the fishing has been suspended for this period from the pier. There we go, poppies on the pier. Yeah, lovely, thank you. There we go. There we go. Oh, there are literally poppies everywhere. Let's make that little big go. Poppies all the way along the railings. And this is the entrance. There's people going through it already. This is amazing. I've never seen a queue like this for the pier, except on really, really popular tourist days, but even so, not this big.
Yeah.
Right, I've got in, I've gone for a walk one way, and I'm going to come back by train. I'm over 60, so I get concession are slightly cheaper. And all these little messages that have been put on the wall. It's quite nice to remember, to honour, to never forget. There we go, they really are literally all the way along. They've been attached to a long piece of, well, string really I suppose, but that's a bit like crochet rope, but apparently, according to someone in the queue who nicely told me that she crocheted some of these poppies, you had to leave a long piece of black or thread at the end here so that they could be tied on. So they've tied them to these long pieces of string, and then the string's been attached to the bars by cable ties. There we go, that's how they've done it. They've even got them on the lamp posts. Lovely, very nice. I think it's going to be a bit chilly on the pier today, but I don't know how the wind will affect the recording of my voice, but there we go. Well, bench is being repaired. There we go. It's a nice little archway here. They've even got them attached, which I think is interesting. There's some gut fencing here that seals off part of the scaffolding that's been used, but they've even got the poppies attached all the way up here. They really did do well. That's nice. So wherever you look, there are poppies. There goes the train out of the station. For all those people who are more sensible than me, have decided to take the train to the end. Just met a couple of people who I say did some of the poppies, and they've come down to try and find their poppies. One woman said that she'd run out of black for the centre of her poppies, so she had done some with green, so she was going to look for those. So if you come down here in the next few days, you see any with a green centre, it may well be that it's because of that lady. Everyone wants their photograph taken in the there we go, at the top there. Poppies on the pier.
Beautiful. Good job coming in, you.
Nice little oh. All done. Lovely. As I say, all the way along the pier. Here we go. Might be easier from behind. There we go. You get a better picture of how the poppies have been put around the edge because of the way the sun is. It's harder the other way. I'm obviously not going to film the entirety of the pier, especially at my age. It's going to take me a while to walk to the end, but I will give you little segments of it, and then you can see all of the poppies, and I'll confirm if this stretch of poppies goes all the way to the end. I believe it does, but when we get to the end we'll do a little bit more filming. Some of them are quite nicely grouped together. As you can see, the tide's out at the moment, but it is a little bit blustery. Hopefully you can hear me without the wind taking it all away. Oh, I think all the people that have made these have done an excellent job. They should be quite proud. As the lady kindly reminded me, out there, that's the barge that the fireworks.
No, I don't grab it.
Come on, and obviously the lead up to November and after November and the lead up to Christmas, we have a firework display on the Saturday night here, and that's the barge that they are launched from. Something else to look at when you're here for a Wednesday morning. It's now nearly 10:30. No, it's 25 to 11 now. It's taken me 15 minutes to get in because of the queue. This is quite an amazing turnout. This will hopefully make the pier quite a bit of money and help them continue. It is definitely a nice way of commemorating something that I think is very important, and also a way, because of its popularity, to make some money for the pier, which does needs a little bit of work on it, but this helps, and that's all the better. We've always celebrated Armistice Day in Southend quite well, and like many cities, towns, even villages around the country, we have our own war memorial, which was unveiled in 1921. It's up there on the cliffs, at the top of the cliffs. If you are interested to see what that looks like, I've done a little vlog up there, giving some details and showing the war memorial, and also showing some postcards from my collection which depict that particular war memorial. Okay, I'm going to switch this off for now. I will film little segments as we go along, but as this is about 1.1 miles long, this will take forever for me to film it all the way through. I did wonder if there'd be anything special at the rest stations. There you have. Some of the details there.
There's a one off this year.
Welcome from the Mayor. The story of the poppy.
Well, no, it just says.
By all means, freeze if you want to read that. The story of the red poppy began on the battlefields of the First World War. The bright red poppies were the first flowers to grow in the churned up soil of the northern France and Flanders. There we go. Flanders Fields by John McCrae. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Fields. Oh look, here we go. They were sized up, large, medium, small. Everyone who contributed. And all the details about the thing itself. There are some statistics.
We gave us a bunch,
110,471,
not as individuals.
4,872 metres of chain. That's the timeline. Pier was launched 27th of May this year. By the 3rd of June they had 565 poppies. The donation closing date was the 26th of September. And the actual event runs from the 5th to the 16th. Today's already the 12th, so there's only 4 more days to go. Although I heard a rumour that they were talking about extending it, but the thing is, I also heard from a friend of mine who actually works here that they had planned to take it down at the weekend, so we will see. But if nothing else, we'll be off for a few more days. Oh, that is windy. I'll come back to you. Oh, one dead umbrella. Well, everyone's wondering why I'm walking backwards, but it's because I get a better view of the poppies in the light going this way. But it's nice to see so many people coming along behind me, people in front, but apparently nowhere near as busy as it was on Saturday. One of Joe's work colleagues, I think she said Matt. If it's not Matt, I'm sorry, but that's the name I remember, was here on Saturday, and he took a load of photographs which show just how busy it was, and he's very kindly allowed us to put some of these on. So you'll see some photographs of just how busy Saturday actually was here. And as I say, I heard that the queues to get onto the pier were an hour and a half wait. I know someone who came down and was told an hour and a half and it was a little bit too long, so they didn't come on and booked it for another day in their diary. But it does show, I think, our real remembrance of those who passed away during the war, and how we continue to commemorate this every November. This particular one has been an outstanding commemoration. One poor sad poppy is deceased and fallen on the track there, but they have lots of spares, which is why it would be nice if it ran just a little bit longer. If they did extend it beyond the 16th, another week maybe or two, I don't think it would be a problem with anyone, because I think it's so good and so popular. It would give people more of a chance to come down and visit. Maybe a week wasn't quite long enough. We'll see. If it does change, we will let you know. Oh dear, deceased poppies. Another one down there. But that's inevitable. We've got strong winds, and we did have a lot of rain as well. Southend during the war, or the First World War. Quickly found itself supporting the wartime effort. It was actually closed obviously during the war. It was actually mined at one end and rigged for demolition should the Germans try and land here. There's the Queen Mary's Naval Hospital, which was actually the Palace Hotel, which is the big building here, the big white building, as you can see, and was renamed during the First World War as the Queen Mary's Naval Hospital. And I have a postcard which is actually labelled as Queen Mary's Naval Hospital, showing the Palace Hotel. Floating prisons, 3 Asian passenger liners, the Royal Edward, Saxonia and the Ivernia, were converted into floating prison ships aboard just beyond Southend Pier. See, you can learn something every day. This is the aftermath of the war. We pause it to read it. The experience of wartime service left a lasting impression on the pier and laid the groundwork for its even greater strategic role during the Second World War. Actually thinking about it, it was the Second World War that it was mined for demolition. Certainly, to my knowledge, that wasn't done during the First World War. So interesting that they had prisoner ships off of here during the First World War. I wasn't actually aware of that. That was something I've just learned. But as I say, during the Second World War this was totally abandoned, and it was wired up with explosives for demolition. It was actually given a Royal Navy name, HMS something, I can't remember what it was, but that was because it became part of the under naval control, because it came out into the water. I wonder actually if it was open as pier during the First World War, because there wasn't really a fear of invasion then. So I reckon it's may well have maintained its position as a pleasure pier. If anyone knows their history a little bit more than I do about that bit, let me know. That was the William Haygate, one of the pier trains. Going back to what I was saying, I think it was probable that the pier did actually manage to stay open during the First World War. For obvious reasons, it was closed during the Second World War, because invasion was actually felt to be imminent or even exceedingly likely, although, as we know, that didn't happen. The tide has been truly turned. It is coming in now. So all the, you can barely see them, but there's all the seagulls on the edge of the tide there. There's the water coming in underneath. Right, it's a little bit windy. I'm going to try and put my hands in my pockets and warm them up a little bit, and then see what there is towards the end. There was some conjecture whilst I was in the queue, with people wondering what was going to happen to all the poppies at the end of this. All the surviving one, that one there, I think will probably, sadly, get blown away, as it's already come loose. And one lady said there were plans to keep them. I don't know if that's true, but that would be a lot of bags of poppies. But I think it'd be a shame if they were all gotten rid of. I mean, they survived quite well. I mean, obviously we had torrential rain on Monday, but these are all dry and quite lovely. Yeah, very nice. But it'd be interesting to find out what the end plan is. If anyone does actually know, by all means leave me a comment. I'll be fascinated to know what's going to happen to all of these. As I say, all of these surviving poppies, with the strong wind that we got, some will come loose. You've got a couple there that have come away, which is going to happen. They're only tied on, obviously, so survivability does depend on that. And as you can probably hear it on the mic, it is very windy down here. The poppies are all blown around in the wind, so chances of some coming loose. Although I've only seen 3 or 4, so that's not many. They're surviving quite well. They've been here for the 5th, 6th, 7th. They've been here for nearly a week, so they've done quite well. I think that one's number 6 of the ones that I've seen that have sadly come loose. I still think, considering there's 110,000 poppies, to only have that small number come away is quite an achievement. Well, I apologise for the strength of the wind on the mic. It's going to be very, very loud. Not a lot I can do about that. There's no shelter here except for these little resting huts, which all have some quite interesting information in them. And this is the Second World War. And there we go. HMS Lee, that was it. I did wonder what the name of it was. Here was HMS Lee during the war, and he had the guns to protect it. As I say, the Royal Navy took control of the pier in 1939 at the outbreak, really closing it to the public. It became a naval command and headquarters of the Thames. Operation Dynamo, of course, was the evacuation of Dunkirk. Again, the pier played a part in that, and obviously many locals will know that the small boats of Lee, the cockle boats, went out and actually shipped the soldiers from the beach to the larger ones. Larger boats waited for transportation. Here you have the Monsell forts, the watchtowers in the waves. All the information there. Board convoys and D-Day. And there we go. After the war. I'm just going to double check. Oh, that wind is strong. I'm just going to double check. They're only on the one side. They are, yes. The other side's been kept clear, but this is pounded by the wind here. But they have put poppies along the rails, so as you're walking along, that's the side where all the information panels are, and they're nice. Even I've learned a couple of bits and pieces from there. I didn't know about the prisoner ships kept off the end of the pier here, so I knew quite a lot of the stories, but even someone like me who's lived here all my life and walked along the pier and read about it can still learn something. One of the things I do like is the contrast between the darker poppies and the brighter poppies. And there's a number of the different ones. It makes the different colours of these shine out. Some very, very bright ones. And there's a few along that are quite dark. So I do like the and the different sizes. Obviously they batched them up in large, medium and small, but there are two different colours. I don't know if you can see them as clearly as I can, but you've got a much lighter one on this side, a darker one on this side put together. Very nice. And the different styles that they've been crocheted into. But we're getting close to the end now. One more hut to go, one more rest area. Oh, that wind. Yes, this is the last of the rest areas. Again, they've got boards here. Every face tells the story, and there we go. There's a number of portrait photographs and group photographs from the war. Here we have For the Fallen, poem by Robert Lawrence Binion. Here we have the pier wall. Now I have a postcard photograph of the pier wall grouping, and that's interesting because that goes nicely, and I will put it in the corner down here so you can see the difference between this photograph that they've got on display and my postcard. There's one of the military groups for Shoeburyness, and as he said at every Armistice Day sort of commemoration, going down of the sun, and in the morning we will remember them. Right, the next thing, as I fought my way through the wind, will be the end of the pier, where again it'll be interesting to see how far round and what the poppies have been used for up there. I'm almost at the end now. Some of the equipment stuff for the fire. There is one up here. I can confirm, as pretty much knew, that the poppies do go along the rails all the way to the end. At the shore end there's a lovely arch of poppies that you walk through, and it looks like there's another one at the sea end of the pier here as well. I can also see people already queuing for the train coming back, so that might be fun. Now, poppies on the rails all the way to the end. Do they go all the way round the railings on the actual end of the pier platforms here? That'll be interesting to see. But there we go. Poppies all the way. So here comes the arch. It's interesting. It's quite a lot of people down here. Oh, there we go. Another arch row of poppies. And over here, which I am particularly interested in, There's the post box that's here at the end of the pier, and on top of this there's a lovely little poppy display. You can use it, it is a proper post box. But I do like the poppies at the top, and obviously look at poppies even down this little bit here. That's just a walkway up all the way down here, even around the edge there behind the fish and chips. Poppies. And there is the archway from the side. Right, welcome back. There is some music playing, so I'm hoping to override that a little bit with my voice. There's a little seating area here with cover, but no actual proper cover, just the boarding. But they've even put poppies all over here, all up and down. There we go, poppies across the top. So I might have to edit out some of that music. She loves trying to edit out the music I accidentally pick up on, but oh, it's getting louder as well. That's no good. This is the toilet block, and they've even put the poppies on the railings going up into there. Poppies everywhere. We did do a vlog where we walked along the pier, and it was not covered in poppies, and we talked about this being where Jamie Oliver filmed his cooking series in this building here. If you're actually looking at that, I'll get Joe to put a link up and say that was a more normal walk along the pier on a day when it's not covered in poppies. It is one of the major tourist attractions of Southend. It's worth a walk. I left the shore at about, it was about 25 past 10. It's now 10 past 11, but I have stopped and filmed in all of the rest areas, the posts and everything. But I think you can do it if you're straight walking in about half an hour. Half an hour to 35-40 minutes. 40 minutes if you want to have a little rest on the way. But it doesn't take that long. And of course you can take the train back. If you decide, like me, that you are going to definitely take the train back, then you can sort that out by ordering a walk one way and train return ticket. Or if you change your mind when you get to the end here, you can buy a ticket. If you decided you've walked enough, you can buy your train ticket at this end. This is nice. Here is a large cutout of a soldier with his rifle. This is covered in poppies. There we go. All squashed in there. Poppies on the railings all the way around. Again, I had little doubt, and with 110,400 odd poppies, it's probably not a surprise that they've managed to put poppies around all of the railings, although the lamp posts here at the end haven't got them, but in the wind that would have been a nightmare. They'd have lost a load. I just bumped into a friend of mine who works on the pier, and he'd been tasked with going down the line to pick up the poppies that had come off, and I did get the chance to tell him that there were 6 there for him to have a look for. So when they do come off, maybe those ones that I said would be lost might not be, because they may well be rescued, it would appear. So That's good news. I was intrigued to find him tracing his way down the pier, especially as he's working here. He can travel on the train back and forth without any trouble. So I did ask him what he was doing, and he said, I've been tasked with picking up, apparently some poppies had come off. So there we go. They do have a rescue service for the disconnected poppies. But literally almost every piece of railing that you're walking along has the poppies on them. It's such an impressive venture, and it's been so well supported, and so many people have produced these poppies, and they all need to be thanked, because I think this is a really superb way of commemorating the loss. This goes the lifeboat station, the R&I shop here. All the poppies, even all the way up the stairs. Always have a look in the R&I shop. Did come in here when we did the walk, and they've got poppies in their window. There we go. And they are open. And oops, that's a push door mark.
Good morning.
Morning. Oh. And they've managed to put poppies all the way through the shop as well. There's a banner here, bunting with poppies on, and in there you've got the lifeboats. It's nice that you can actually come up here and see these. I came in here and I bought the postcards last time. Thank you.
Hello again.
All right, hello again. Yes, you made it up the end then. You beat me. That's good.
Yes, don't worry about that. Yeah, we're going to take. We're very happy if you find some. How often does the
I'm in the lower section of the pier at the end. And they've got their poppies all here. Up above is the section, the platform extends further out, which I'll go up in a minute. This ends here, and the poppies come all the way around a bit that you can get access to. Clearly there's no point for them doing this bit here because you can't get there, but I have put poppies all the way alongside. The walkway is only open on one side, but it's far more open up the top, which I reckon would be quite cold, but I shall go up there in a sec. We go on back to the R&I shop, and here are the stairs that take you up to the upper platform at the end. I'd already showed that there were poppies all the way along here, all blowing in the wind, but all holding on. There we go, that's the cafe over there. This is the top bit. Almost got this to myself by the looks of it. I've got to be a few people on here. But yes, we've even got poppies on the back of the chair here. And again, these are very closely placed together here. There we go. All the way along. And right to the end. This is really good. Someone's placed a little poppy there. Our faults, there we go. That's nice, got a little message on it. So obviously, I'm assuming from the family of the person whose plaque is on there. But there we go. And this point in front of me where the bell is the furthest that you can walk on the pier, but it is literally the furthest point of the pier. Your RNLI transmitters there. Sure, that's what they are. Here we have the poppies that are the furthest out, blowing in the wind beside the bell. There we go. London 1929. Oh. That used to be some sort of chain pulley system, I would think. It's well rusted away there, but as you see, the tide is coming in nicely. The end of the pier is now well truly underwater. Water going underneath it. Under the big ships are sailing through. Big cargo ships. Oh, the poppies are hanging on here. And they are all the way around and down the side as far as you can walk. The areas where people can't access, then obviously they've not put poppies there. That makes sense. It stops idiots like me trying to film in places where I'm not supposed to go. As you can see, the tide is well and truly on its way in. Ah, tremendous. Poppies everywhere. Lots and lots of poppies. Come back to the stairs. Look at the poppies. There's poppies all the way along there, and even around the little staircase in the far end there, which I'm about to go and have a look at. And I might go and have a look, see what's in the cafe. Certainly don't fancy having an ice cream today somehow. Not unless I'm inside. So I think I'll end up being the same temperature as the ice cream if I eat that out here. Now there's a particularly nice one. Look at that one, stands out. Again, you've got like these crinkly ones, and you've got these nice round ones. The contrast, and look at the centre of that one. The contrast on these is what I love. And a few, and I've seen this on some of the other ones, got these little shiny sections in. Just give it a little bit more of a uniqueness. Got a nice big button in the middle of that one. Lots and lots. Oh, this one's got a green leaf to it. There we go. Oh, if you knitted that one is lovely. And you put the little green. Well done. This one here's got one as well. It's interesting, not seen many like that, but they put two together. Oh, it's the one section, but that's a working gate, so that's not going to have it. Oh, look, see two, and then all of a sudden you see some others with a bit of leaf. Well done, people put a little bit of extra effort in on those ones, but I know some people produced huge numbers of them. So congratulations to everybody. A little bit worried about this bit here. That's decided to come away. I'm going to try and fix that myself actually. I'll come back to you. There we go. I'll fix that little bit so it's now back on the rail. I may not be able to knit poppies, but I can fix it when it comes apart. This one's multi-layered. A nice little leaf. Isn't that lovely? Like I say, these ones at the end here will get quite a hammering from the wind, but they all appear to be surviving quite well. So they have been here for week already, so part of me does hope that they are going to be kept after this all comes to an end, or something is going to be done with them. And two, I wouldn't mind, and I certainly see no issues with it staying open or being extended for another week, because or even two, to be honest with you. November, why can't it be for all of November? But if it does close up on the 16th, a lot of people will still have been down and see it. Here, obviously, this is one of the bits that goes down to the area that's people do not go down there anymore. The planks are all rotted, covered in green from the where the sea comes in. The railings are all come apart and are rusty, but they've still put the poppies all the way around the end, all around the railings at the top here. And I know this is an end that not a lot of people walk around this, but it's a nice place to sit because you're sheltered from the wind when it comes in from the other side. But there we go, that's the entirety of the walkway I've covered. So even over there, behind the buildings that are from sort of there to there, still got poppies on. Right, I think I might have a go at having something a snack in the cafe. If you walk up here to the cafe, don't forget to have a look at this plaque. This is where it points out that it was called HMS Lee during the Second World War. And this is one for 1939 to 1945. And the plaque is in commemoration of all the men and women, both military and civilian, who served aboard this pier. Right. There's the soldier again with the poppies. And up here, there's the cafe. Well, in the end I decided not to have something to eat in the cafe because they are packed solid. They are doing very, very well with all the clientele coming down to see the poppies. There was a queue to get the food, and there was another queue to find somewhere to sit, so that's been very, very popular. I think it's time for me now to take the train back, and I'm going to have a look at the pier end, the actual shore end, because there seem to be quite a lot of bits and pieces to look at there as well. So I'll come back to you probably once I'm either on the train or when I get back to shore. There we go.
Hello.
Hello, just a cookie, please.
Yeah, it's got everything.
Yep.
That's $3.50 when you're ready. It's
Thank
just
you.
on there.
There we go.
That's all gone through.
Lovely, thank you very much. Oh, they're very busy in here. This is the little cafe that was Jamie's place. Well, I couldn't resist because I saw that someone had. Oh, bear with me, I've got to get out. Someone had one of these. A poppy cookie. So I thought I'm going to have one of those, following the trend. So if you pop down to here, you can get yourself a poppy cookie. Something different. I have to eat this on the train. I'm going to join the queue here. Going to hold my cookie very carefully. Train's just coming in. I might get on that one. We have the poppy art. There we go. go, there's even details on the train. Right, here we go. This is I think these are the new trains. They're going to be used. Got sliding doors. But yeah, this is obviously the one I've come back on, the blue one. But these look like they're brand spanking new. Oh, these look very neat, don't they? Yeah. Well, yeah, I've got to get my ticket out. Right off of the train, there's an archway of poppies even here as you people who are getting on the train. And they've even got poppies on the banisters going down to the Pier Museum and along the edge here. But nice poppies on the barrier here. All the way along. And look, there are so many poppies. They've even got them here. And a nice piece of cloth. Look at the big button in those. They're lovely. There's a big one. Well done. That one there's got a lovely little bit of jewellery in it. People really did do an outstanding job on these. There you have. Poppies on the pier. Thanks for visiting. Look at the queues of people. I've never seen this so packed. Poppies along the edge of the shop. Oops, daisy. And over here you've got massive poppies in the window. I'm glad I got here early. That's alright. This is the bit I wanted to look at. Lovely little display. There we go. This is more modern stuff here on this side. I'm going around it the wrong way really, I'm going from modern to old, but never mind. And as you get back here you get a little bit older. Lots of costumes, lots of props and pieces of ephemera. First aid for the fighting men leaflet and the manual of elementary drill, 1935. Here you have a nice little thing of almost like a trench running ball down the centre. Aid post. Lovely. They really have gone to extensive limits to try and get this really well publicised, promoted, and lots of things here for you to do. I do love the on sign at the back there. That's nice. This is someone's major collection here. Oh, sorry, I'm in your way, aren't I? Let me get out your way. There we go. At the end of the day. Well, we'll have a little look at that. Well, that's my end of my visit to Poppies on the Pier. And I'll just say that it was superb and it's still been well attended. Lots of people. And there we go. Here's that display from the other side of the trench. Here's all the poppies in the window. And what I couldn't see because I was in the queue. All the poppies along the bowl. Right. This is on for a few more days. Well worth having a go if you can, if you've got the time, if you caught this early enough. But I highly recommend this. A superb commemoration. And well done to everybody who did their poppies. I brought along my leaflet that I picked up earlier in the year. Oh, the promotion that they did. We need your poppies, Southend Pier. Poppies on the pier. There we go. This is how I found out about this event. So I brought it along to put with the pier. There we go.